Aloha, Lisa here with Upside Down Pilates. Wanted to give Shashi a shout out today for providing us with socks for our show. Thanks so much. All right, we're gonna do some shoulder girdle work with our push-through bar now. So Shannon's gonna set it up with one spring. So what we were just doing on all fours was moving our rib cage inside of a stable scapula. Now what we're gonna do is move our scapula around a stable rib cage. So when I'm working with my shoulder girdle issue people, I try to make sure every lesson to get both parts moving, because you need to get both ends of those muscles working to get a nice full repair going on. All right, so we're gonna lie down and we're just gonna grab our bar, and if you need to help your client, you can, but this client is very well versed in the push-through bar. We're gonna have overhand grip for the first thing and shimmy down just a little bit, Shannon, so we want our shoulders about right under our wrists. That's plenty. Feet are gonna be hips distance apart, and we're gonna be working in neutral pelvis, because again, we wanna try and reestablish the natural curves of the spine while we're working with our shoulders. So, little arch in the low back, ribs are laced together, head is shooting out and away, tailbone is shooting out and away, and we're just gonna move our shoulder blades now and keep our rib cage nice and quiet. So, push the shoulder blades up to the sky, and then pull your shoulder blades back towards your spine. And when you're going back, you want to go down and back. And when you bring it forward, you want to go up and then towards your midline and down and back, as opposed to raising your shoulders up by your ears. And again, this is 3. And then pinch it down and back. And 4. And always working your breath. Inhale down and back. One more like this. Exhale, 5. Inhale down and back. Good. Now go to the center, so not forward or backward, but in the middle. You're going to keep one hand on, and like we did on all fours, you'll wrap your hand around your rib cage. Make sure your ribs aren't getting some fancy dance moves going on there. Here we go. Bring the arm forward, so shoulder forward as you breathe out, and then pinch the shoulder down and back as you breathe in. And again, exhale. 2 forward, and then backward. And again, 3 forward, and pinch it down and backward. And pinch it forward, and down and backward. Last time, forward, and down and backward. Shall we do the other side? Okay, so left hand on, right hand is gonna wrap around your ribs. Make sure they stay quiet. Here we go. Exhale, push it forward, and inhale, pull it down and back. And again, exhale, push it forward, and inhale, down and back. And again, this is 3. Push it forward, and down and back. And 4, push it forward, and down and back. One more. And forward, and down and back. Great. Okay. Grab onto the bar, and let's flip our grip. So turn, and I call this PNF grip. It's underhand grip, but it's the same as our PNF patterns that we're gonna learn a little bit. So bend your elbows and go ahead, press the bar up overhead. When you're working with your clients, you wanna make sure that they don't pass through the uprights. Have it either a little bit in front or right in line. This should be okay for most people. Sometimes if it's really crazy, they can't get their arms all the way up overhead without pain. If that's the case, don't stop, do another exercise. Okay, so here we go. Everything same. Neutral pelvis, tummy tight, ribs connected, and you're gonna just shrug your shoulders up high. So this will be a nice stretch. And then exhale, glide them down. Good. And you feel the stretch as you go up? She's like, yes, and it's very much needed. And come back down, 2. And shrug those shoulders up. And bring it down, 3. And again, shrug it up. And 4. Last one like this, shrug it up high. Nice, keep that right hand on, and we're gonna take the left hand back to your ribs, and we'll do it one arm at a time. And shrug it up. And 1. again, you always want to do your exercises on both sides. So you never want to go and do whatever exercises you're doing only on the injured side. You always want to make sure you do both sides so that you're nice and balanced. 2 more. Shrug it up and down. Shrug it up and down. Good. Change that hand. All right. And it's amazing how the 2 sides feel so different, isn't it? Here we go. Shrug it up and 1. Shrug it up and 2. Shrug it up and 3. Shrug it up and 4. Last one. Shrug it up and good. 5. Bring the right hand back up. I want to point something out. So Shannon's doing a really good job. So she's feeling her index finger and her pinky finger reaching into the bar, and her wrists are nice and flat. Can you show how people break at the wrists? Other way, so down this way. So a lot of times people will prop themselves up with their wrists, and that kind of feels bad. It starts to actually create issues in your shoulder because of what's going on in the wrist. So it's really important that you have the energy through the palm here and the index finger and the pinky finger holding on a nice long wrist. And you get a nice stretch in there when you do it as well. But that's a big thing that I see with a lot of people that have shoulder issues, is they hold the bar weird and do weird things with a lot of other stuff. Okay, bend the elbows. That was very clear, wasn't it? Weird. Okay. All right. Now, we did forward and back, up and down, and so now we got to do some circles. How does that sound? Now, this can be tricky for people. There may be areas in their shoulder girdle that they just can't get going, so you kind of have to really direct them where to go. So I'm going to be very specific, and Shannon's going to demonstrate beautifully. So you're going to go shoulders to the sky, and then shoulders down to the hips, and then shoulders down to the mat, and then shoulders up to your ears. So you're kind of making a circle with your shoulders, but up, and then a lot of people can't go down to their hips. Down to the mat, and then up to the ears. Again, shoulders to the sky, to the hips, to the mat, and to the ears. 2 more. Sky, and just breathe gently. Hips, mat, and ears. 1 more. Sky, hips, mat, and ears. And then go back center. She's making this look very easy. If someone has some shoulder stuff going on, it'll be much more exciting. So we're going to go the other way now. Let's go up to the ears first. So up to the ears, down to the mat, down to the hips, and then up to the sky. Good. Ears and mat and hips and sky. Ears and mat and hips and sky. 2 more. Ears, mat, hips, and sky. 1 more. Ears, mat, hips, and sky. And it feels like a nice good stretch, yeah? Okay. Right hand now. So just 1 arm at a time. And we'll smooth it out a little bit, but not everyone's going to be able to do it quite so smooth. So let's go up, down, up and around. Good. 1, and smooth it out and circle. So to the ears and then up and to the hips. 2, and there you go. 3, and 4, and 1 more time. 5. Good. Bring it back center. And let's go up first. So now up to the ears, down to the mat, to the hips, and then to the sky. 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Delicious. Now we gotta do the other side here. All right, so let's go for it. Up and then down and then back and up. 1, and smoothing it out. 2, and you can do it with 1 breath at a time. 3, exhale, inhale, exhale. 4, good. 1 more time. 5, all right, reverse. Let's go up to the ears, down to the mat, down to the hips, and to the sky. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 5. Yay! How's it feeling? Good, and she's still got some shoulder energy, so now we're gonna add in, what we're gonna try to do is stabilize our shoulder blades up against our rib cage, and then you'll bend your elbows. And I want you to bend your elbows out on a tiny diagonal side, and we're going to try not to break our wrists. You have to allow your hands to wrap around the bar, and we'll just do a little bend and then come back up. We're just gonna do 5 like that. Exhale, bend. Good, how's it feel? And back up. And again, 3, and back up. And 4, and up. One more, and 5. Good. Now we're gonna go ahead and do the full press overhead. We'll bend, inhale, exhale, extend, inhale, bend, and exhale, return. And same thing with those fingers. You can watch your clients and see what they do with them. Shannon's gonna be perfect, but inhale, bend, and now as you exhale and press, see how she keeps her wrists nice and flat to press up overhead? You have to allow the bar to slide. And then you're gonna bend the elbows, and then bring it back. Good. Show us with a break. So you would bend, go the other way. There you go. And then people kind of press like that. That doesn't feel good, does it? No. Bend. So you want to watch for that. And again, this is 3. Bend, and now she's going to do it properly. Extend, and bend, and return. This is 4. Inhale, bend, and extend, and bend, and return. One more like this. This is 5. Bend, extend, bend. Good. And you guessed it, we're going to do one arm at a time. So keep the right hand on, left hand to the rib cage. Double check your pelvis. Make sure everything's nice and lined up. Here we go. Inhale, bend, and exhale, extend. Inhale, bend. And see how she's keeping it nice and controlled. A lot of people will, on the way back, it'll jerk. Extend. So they'll pull back and kind of relax and not use their armpit, and the bar will jerk. You want to be nice and smooth. This is 3. Extend, bend, and return. 2 more. Inhale, bend, extend, and bend, and return. One more, please. Bend, extend, and bend, and fabulous. All right, other side. Let's bring your left hand on, right hand to the rib cage, connect through here, and we're gonna now bend, and then press up and extend, and bend, and return it back. Good. Keep those ribs connected. Bend, extend, and bend. Return it back. This is 3. Inhale, and then you can breathe out. Exhale, inhale, and exhale. 2 more. Bend, and push and reach, and bend, and return. Last time. Bend, push and reach, and bend. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to take this for you, Shannon. Good. So if you're working with a client who has shoulder issues, it might have a hard time getting up and down, so you need to help them in and out of this. Most regular people can help themselves up down. All right, turn side. Good job, and come on up. Aloha, Lisa here with Upside Down Pilates, and I wanted to share with you a little bit about the socks we're wearing in today's show. They're from Shashi, and they're fabulous. They have wonderful little grippers on the bottom, which I love because then we can wear them in the studio on the different pieces of equipment and not slip and slide. In addition to that, they have a really nice fabric. It's called a Coolmax Fabric, so that when you get all sweaty, it evaporates and then you're not all wet when you get out of your class. They come in fabulous colors and styles, and they go great from the studio straight out onto the street. And they do have kabuki style, so when you have your big toe and then the rest of your toes separated, you can just slide them right into your slippers and head on home. You can visit them online at shashionline.com. There's going to be a link below, as well as we have a fabulous promo code for you below to get a discount on your first pair. Aloha!